here. That's right, it's Lion Academy. It's the second annual Lion Academy Open Day. And thanks to a friend of mine who is one of the students, we can actually do a quick opening ceremony. He helped me put some decorations up, so come over here. This is a new Lion Academy. I will explain after this Lion Academy video at some point what happened to the first one. Anyway, so opening ceremonies. The lion's wearing a celebration hat. Okay, so for those of you who do not know, Lion Academy is a special academy which was set up must have been about 6 years ago now. We set up the first Lion Academy, and it was set up as one of the projects of the ILC, Interstellar League of Clans, at the time. I will do another video about, I've done videos about the ILC before, explaining what it is. I will do another video about it at some point. Essentially, it's a special school where we have constructed, it's a special academy on Minecraft, constructed with the help of students who are going to be taking classes there, and it's very fun. And there's all sorts of classes you can do there, but it's not like an ordinary like Zoom school or something, because you can learn stuff. It's set up so that you can learn stuff you wouldn't normally learn at your normal school. So we come through here, which is actually the face of the lion. See, the lion's mouth is the doors. And then here we have some information. This is the names of the students. And this is all classes you can take. So you can do history, art, legends, science fiction, video game creation, family studies, Destiny boss battle strategies, international law, micronations, that's a new one, and starting next week, because that we feel is a good time for it, Wicca. And here we have the head teacher's office. For those of you who are in America, head teacher is what we in the UK call a principal. And through here is the classroom. The room we use as a classroom. After you're going to read something to the class, you come up and stand on this bit and read it out. The students get their names on the back of their seats. Here is the class pet. Board for putting information on. When classes are finished, then people can build their own little house in the city here. We've got a couple of people who've done that, as you can see. And they can just have general fun playing Minecraft. This is one of several Lion Academies I have built. The original one was massive and was really, really good. Unfortunately, due to issues with it, it we're not able to use it at the moment. Now, here is some stuff that Zero, who helped me set up for open day, wrote. Okay, so Cannonbot and Combat Jake are students. I'm the head teacher. Zero attends sometimes. The way we get new teachers, well, I say teachers, we actually, if you do well with your grades, then you get to come up with a class that you want to teach about something that you think people would want to learn about or need to learn about, and you get to be a prefect. So Zero came up with this and put this on here, which is a message she wants to read out. I don't think he's going to be able to be here, so I'll read it out. Thanks to everyone who participated in this map. It has been quite the adventure. I would just like to speak about the server a bit and the old ones. So Lion Academy first started in 2016. He's got the dates there. It was an amazing server. We had loads of people, loads of people, and not much. Loads of people. Community still growing. Activities, art, and more. The community still holds. Just wanted to say all these milestones. Yet again, thank you to everyone who has done so much. You're all legends. It's still, and we can still, do more. It is really fun. Just to demonstrate the sort of thing that we would be doing, I'm now going to do a video class for you guys real quick. Because this we did this last time as well, was we did a demonstration class, and I will be doing video live stream classes for people as well to keep Lion Academy going. So, I think I'm going to cover micronations. Yes, let's do that as a quick lesson. Alright, so start with the basics. What is a micronation? Well, for lack of a better term, simple and short answer is a micronation is an unofficial country or state. Now, what I mean by unofficial country or state is that it is trying to meet. It's a group of people who are trying to meet all the conditions of. Normally, who are trying to meet all the conditions of the Montevideo Convention, which is basically a treaty laid down by the United Nations. Unfortunately, only a dozen countries have signed it so far. If it had been signed by everybody, then the world might not be in as bad a state as it is just now. Anyway, a country which any country who signed this treaty must recognise is supposed to recognise the fact that that group of people now have the right to be a state, and they have the authority to hold the positions that they say they hold and govern themselves in the way that they see fit. However, they are not necessarily required to accept them as being a state outside their own borders. So you would have your land would be considered part of your state, but you wouldn't be recognized as a state leader outside of your country. And to achieve this, a group of people has to meet the following conditions. They have to, 1, have a defendable territory, which basically means you need to have a area of land, doesn't matter how big or where it is, there is nothing to say that it can't be inside the borders of another state, of another country, but it does mean that you have the inconvenience of being restricted to being a new state rather than a new country. Since to make a full new country, you would have to be 12 meters outside of waters surrounding all of our country's near my country's lands. So you need defendable territory, you need land that you own and have control over, and no one can get into without your permission. You need to create a government. No restriction on what style. You can have a monarchy, you can have a democracy, you can have a dictatorship. However, you will not find a lot of micronations going down the route of democracy, for the simple reason, with democracy, the lower the number of people you have, the less effective your democracy is. What do I mean by that? Well, for example, say you have a micronation who have 12 people making up their government, and at least 10 have to vote the same way before any decision can be made on anything. But 9 people come down with a serious illness, like the coronavirus or whatever. That micronation is then incapable of making decisions until those people are better. Most micronations you will find go down the route of absolute monarchy. Now, obviously, I'm talking about the serious micronations, not the ones that call them, that say they're going to sell them parts of the moon, or they're going to do all sorts of crazy things that they've got no legal right to do. I'm talking about the serious micronations that want to create a real-world community. And the next thing you're going to need, it says you need, is the ability to communicate with other national and international governments and leaders. Well, that is automatically ticked off the box. That box is automatically ticked for you because you just need to get the internet, and most people already have the internet, so tick to that. Also, if you're willing to go the route of absolute monarchy, then you can just make yourself the king or emperor or whatever and tick off that box. Land is a little bit trickier. You need to buy your own land, but if you are a farmer who owns their own land, then you can tick that box. The next box, the final box you need to tick, is that you need to have people to govern. You need to have a permanent population, so there has to be people living on your land that you control and govern permanently. Now, some micronations have actually come very close to meeting these qualifications. In fact, the only one that's really a major problem for some micronations out there, the bit where most of them fall short, is the permanent population. Most micronations fall short on one of two things: permanent population or the land. Because your house and garden do not count as part of your own nation. So micronations are states which are either working towards meeting the convention or have already met the convention, but the country that they're part of, their micronation is part of, has not signed the Montevideo Convention and is unwilling to recognize them as a state. I may have explained. There are people out there who could explain it a bit better. I would say if you were going to look into micronationalism, don't be discouraged to begin with. Because you're going to see a lot of trashy ones out there. By trashy ones, I mean ones that are, they're like scammers and or time wasters or idiots who just want to ponce about in uniforms and give each other medals. And you need to dig a bit. When I did my research, there was only a couple. There was only a couple I found that were actually respectable. The best place to get your research would be the Empire of Sumeria. You can look their social media up on YouTube. Anyone who's doing research for that, for micronationalism, should check them out. Certain micronations claim that they can sell you parts of planets. One, the Lunar Embassy, claims that they have a legal claim to all the planets in the solar systems. It's not legal at all. It's simply that they wrote a letter to the United Nations and they said to them, if no one at the United Nations had an objection to them claiming control of the planet, claim to own the planets. You know, if any country had a problem with them claiming to own the ownership of the planets, then write back and let them know. However, as a rule, it's very rare for the UN to write back. And they knew this, and that's why they worded this in that way. And the UN did not write back, and that is the only basis that they have for their claim. In actual fact, several years ago there was a big thing, and a judge actually ruled that the Lunar Embassy does not own any of the planets. So this guy is scamming you. So yeah. It's not legal. So if you want to claim that you control the moon or Mars or whatever, you know, you'd be as well just telling everybody that you do, because it holds as much weight. So anyway, that's about it. If you are interested in joining Lion Academy, or would like any more information on Lion Academy, or Micronations, or anything at all, then do not hesitate to let me know. Okay, well, bye guys, hit that like button and stay cool.